Receiver Drake London, and Drake, in your eyes, what was keeping the offense from getting going today?
I think ourselves. That's just plain and simple.
What was it specifically that you're seeing out of yourselves, out of the whole unit?
Honestly, I think we just got punched in the face today. It was, I wouldn't say a rude awakening, but we just need to be on our P's and Q's and get everything right in order for us to win those games against a gritty team like that.
When you say punched in the face, is it a physicality thing? Like, what do you mean by that?
No, I wouldn't say it's a physicality thing. Like I said before, it was on us. I don't think they really did anything special to keep us, from doing our thing, but it was us mostly.
Third down in particular was a struggle today. What was happening on those downs?
I couldn't tell you.
Fair or unfair? It's the NFL. The quarterback gets a lot of blame. They get a lot of credit on both sides. What did you think of Desmond, and what have you seen out of Desmond that still gives you confidence moving forward?
Everything gives me confidence. That's my guy, and I'm gonna ride for him till the wheels fall off. So.
We saw him last week, getting fired up when things are going good, yelling. And what's his demeanor like when things are going a little bit more tough?
The same way. He's the same way. We don't really care. He don't care. I wouldn't say that he don't care, but just where we were at in the game, I would say. He still has that fight in him, and he don't really care what the score was at the time. We're just trying to go out there and improve and go out there and get a score so we can at least try to get back in the game at the end of the day. And that was his whole mentality.
You guys are 2-1. It's tough to get a single win in this league. It's super early. But what needs to change? What needs to look better going forward?
I think we just got to go out there and execute the plays like we know how to, and be the aggressive team that we know how to, and that's it. Simple.
Does it get frustrating at all when it's a game like this where it just can't seem to get in a rhythm throughout?
I mean, we lost, so yeah, it's gonna be frustrating. Yeah.
and I mean, how do you guys put this one behind you as you get back to work later in the week?
Learn from our mistakes, go in there and get better on Monday, and head over the pond and try to beat the Jaguars.
I'm sure you
Appreciate
guys
you,
you have a lot.
All right, Bijan, what's the feeling like after that one?
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously, I got to give honor to God, like always, just for getting us out, healthy, and, continue to keep playing for him. But, I mean, obviously, it was a tough loss. It hurts. You want to get those wins, get those games, but we just got to go learn from it and just understand that, we have another week coming up. But, yeah, it's definitely a tough loss for this week right here.
What were they able to do to bottle up the running game?
Yeah, I mean, they were just, fast movement. They were, getting downhill fast. We were just trying to, find some creases, find some holes. And, I mean, we try to find some, and then they would, come down and get us on a couple more. But, I mean, for us, it's all a build-up stage. Like, I feel that the O-line, they blocked their butts off. And, on some of the runs, we gotta make them right. But for us, it's just a learning stage and understand that we got to come back at practice and look at the mistakes and look what we've done, and then come back and just, for next week and do what we do.
It's easy for folks at home or us sitting in the press box to say, oh, they never got in a rhythm. Is that what you guys felt like? Was it something that just kind of never clicked today?
Yeah, I mean, we were trying to find a rhythm on some of the drives. And then, some of the drives we couldn't find it, but we understood that, we can't, hold our head down. We got to come out every drive and restart and, focus back in and lock back into what we have to do. But, it was a slower start, but we got to capitalize off of it, learn off of it, and understand that, we can't have these starts in the next games because teams are going to definitely come down, but we need to, be the one to strike first and keep on going throughout the game.
Speaking of striking first, I talked to Drake a minute ago. He said it felt like you guys got punched in the mouth. I mean, did you kind of get that feeling at all?
Yeah. I mean, he hit it on the nail. Like, that's what happened. They came out more ready than we were, and I'm glad we got that feeling because now we know that we can't do that no more. No matter how we feel during the week, we got to understand that everybody's going to bring their best effort, and that's what the Lions did today, and that's what we didn't do. So we got to go back on Monday and understand as a team, we especially the offense, we can't come out here and lollygag. Like, we need to go and do what we got to do to continue to be, a great offense that we want to be.
Last question for me is, you go down the line, everybody in here's got Desmond's back, but it's the NFL. He's going to get a lot of scrutiny. That's part of being the quarterback. What have you seen out of Des so far this year? What gives you guys the confidence in him?
Yeah, I mean, just his confidence. I mean, that dude comes out, it doesn't matter how we do in a drive. Like, he's always ready to go. He's always ready to, to produce something great on the field. and he'll just get back up and just tell us on the sideline, like, you know, guys, we got it. You know, this isn't nothing that we haven't seen before. We need to go out there and you know, be our best for this drive and just take it one at a time, one drive at a time. So I appreciate him, you know, always, you know, picking us up and being that vocal leader that we need on the sideline sometimes. But, you know, I feel we're fine. I feel Desmond's fine. He'll be just fine. And, you know, we'll go back and reevaluate, you know, how we played today, and then, you know, come back, you know, this week to grind so we can, you know, try to get a win on Sunday.
What was Des like back there in those moments?
Des was great all day. I mean, it's a hostile environment, a great environment, one of the best I've played in, and Des did a phenomenal job communicating to us up front with the protection, because it's, you know, it's loud, it's hard, and he did a great job.
Do you think the noise led to some of the protection problems? Did that give you guys trouble up front?
No. Des did a phenomenal job communicating with us, and we were able to communicate with each other. But, you know, we just understand we need to do better. So we'll just watch tomorrow and see and make our corrections.
What's that like going through a game where they get, you know, 6-7 sacks, where it's hard to get in the running game going?
Yeah, it's not fun. But we understand that, and it's never as good as it seems, never as bad as it seems. So you just have to be objective, and so we're going to go through there tomorrow and make our corrections and, you know, just get our mind right for Jacksonville.
They've obviously got some good players up front. Hutchinson, you know, one of the top overall picks. Were you surprised, though, the success that they were having, how much they were able to get to Desmond?
No, they're a great front. We knew that going in, that they're obviously, you know, very talented. They got multiple rushers, great pressure packages, but, you know, we just need to do better.
Fair or unfair, it's the NFL. People are going to be skeptical, scrutinized, critical of the quarterback. What did you think of Desmond today and so far this year?
Des is phenomenal. I mean, he was a phenomenal leader out there for us today in terms of adversity striking throughout the game. He kept a cool head, but then also in the same sense, we understood the job that we needed to do, and he did a phenomenal job as a leader on this team.
So what do you take from this one, and what needs to look different next week in London and moving forward?
We just need to be better. We need, you know, we'll take the corrections that we need to make, and then we just need to go out there and apply them, and obviously have a cleaner game, and then just keep playing our style.
I feel like knowing this team, I know we're going to go back to work and learn from our mistakes and just move on from that. I feel like we got a pretty solid team, and everybody just stays together. You know, we had our ups and downs, and I already know, tomorrow we're going to go back to work, learn from our mistakes, and just move on.
Was it something that they were doing to be able to get to Des so often?
I just feel like, they had a good game. Obviously, there's some stuff we got to correct on film. I haven't seen the film yet, but, we'll see tomorrow after the film session, what was our issue. But I think, at the end of the day, we had our ups and downs. I feel like we did a good job of staying together as a unit, as an offense. Nobody was pointing fingers. We were just trying to figure out on the sideline where we could do better. We made some adjustments, and like I said, we'll make adjustments for London.
7 sacks. I mean, you guys have protected Desmond pretty well so far this year. Were you surprised how much they were able to get to him? I mean, is it something you really just need to look at? What are you thinking?
I haven't seen the film yet, like I said, but obviously it's not a number that you're proud to. 7 sacks. That's not a proud number for the offensive lineman. But good games, bad games, we just got to figure out and then move on. Like I said, Coach Led and Coach Smith are doing a good job of keeping the composure on the sideline and just really trying to figure out what the issue is. Like I said, we'll do our best to make it happen next week.
Did it, it's easy for us from the outside, it's kind of the cliche, getting in a rhythm, things like that. Is that a feeling you guys have, and what's that like? It's easy for us to watch and say, oh, they never found a rhythm. What was it feeling like for you guys?
Obviously, when you find a rhythm, things go a little bit smoother. When you're off track, off balance, you get in a certain situation, you put yourself in a certain situation where, it's obvious pass down. Like you said, we have 7 sacks, so that might play a part in it, just being out of rhythm, being off track. But we got to be better next week, and yeah.
Did the noise play a role at all? It seemed really loud.
I mean, it was pretty loud, but I think, like I said, we did a good job of handling that and, communicating, across the line with the quarterback. So I don't think that was the issue. But, you never know. Like I said, we'll watch him tomorrow and then get better.
What's Desmond's demeanor out there in the huddle on the sideline when things maybe aren't going y'all's way? What's his MO?
Well, Desmond's a leader. Like I said, I'm just a rookie. It's only my 3rd game out here. Yeah, from what I've learned from this team, it's something I've never really been a part of, when we're always together, no matter what situation. We were down, 20-6, and we were playing our asses off. You know what I'm saying? Then again, I'm just trying to make something happen. So that's our team. You know, we're never going to give up, and we're never going to be the ones pointing fingers. And that's what I like about our teams. You know, no matter ups and downs, you know, we'll keep working and we'll stick together.
Maybe the steps you still have to go.
Yeah, that was a tough loss, bro. Like, you know, we got beat. Just got to keep stacking, man. We can't let one loss define the season, you know. But it definitely was a tough loss. We're gonna learn from this one. We just got to keep stacking. Yeah, it was just, you know, just a little miscommunication. But at the end of the day, man, we got to, you know, make those type of plays. No matter how it happens, we got to shake out. We got to make those type of plays.
And you know, it was close to halftime. Y'all came out and got some stops. How the defense tried to stay in the game, try to get Jesse got a pick.
Yeah.
On the ball.
Just trying to mix up coverages, you know, give golf a different look. You know, not trying to sit and shell and show our hand. You know, a little movement. Just mix it up on them, so we ain't just sitting there stagnant and give him easy reads.
Thanks, Richard.
Yes, sir.
You had a couple of really successful blitzes there that stalled out a drive, and you hit them, I think, 9 times. You know, how nice was it to get pressure, and was it also frustrating to not get the sacks?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, just being like one step away on some of those plays, we all felt it. But I think we did a good job getting pressure towards the end of the first half and a little bit in the beginning of the second half. But man, that's a good team, bro. Like, they took advantage of everything. You know, all the miss out, they took advantage of everything. They got a good receiving core, and you know, they put it on the ground a little bit too.
What do you guys take away from this one then? Against a good team, and you guys had a stretch there of 5 straight where you had 4 punts and Jesse's pick. What do you take away from this?
Right, JB, you know, doing this thing always, but man, we took a tough loss today. But we can't let that one loss define our season. You know, we got to keep stacking.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Mess with me how?
Like just because, you know, there's generally corners don't come out of game, like outside corners don't come out of games usually.
I don't know. That's a weird question in my opinion. And when I'm out there, I'm just locked in with my opportunities. Take advantage of them all. So whether it's 1 play, 2 plays, 40, that's my mindset.
Right. What did they tell you, or what was the explanation to you for kind of rotating you out on the outside?
I don't ask questions. That's way above my pay grade. Like I said, wherever position I'm at, wherever they want me to play, I'm going to give Atlanta Falcons my all.
What's your assessment of the defense overall today?
Today? We got to find a way to start faster. Can't give up explosives as a secondary, myself included. Just clean up things, keep cleaning up. Start faster. If we start fast, offense is going to do their thing and we're going to win games.
Was there any common theme on those explosives in the first half that y'all gave up?
A common theme, like
was it the same thing on all of them, or was it kind of something different each play? There were a handful of them.
I feel like if we mess up, it's definitely on us. It's not something they're doing.
Yeah.
So it's a communication thing here. It's better eyes here. It's, you know, just talking things through as a secondary. We're always going to put it on us. And, yeah, just find a way to fix it.
Golf had a lot of time today. It felt like, does that make it difficult on the back end?
Every time I look back there, he was on his back. So
yeah.
I didn't even think he had a lot of time. Like I said, we just got to find a way to fix it. Sun comes up tomorrow, we'll watch it and go in and beat the Jags. Yeah.
Was it miscommunication on that, the deep touchdown to the tight end? Like, what happened on that?
Better eyes by me. Eraser by Richie. It goes hand in hand. You know, it's like a trickle down thing. I wouldn't. I for sure don't want to put any blame on anybody. If anybody put it on me, I got to play better. I got to do something better to help this team out and win the play. Eventually, win the game.
What do you take away from the first 3 games of the season? It's tough to get any win. Y'all are 2-1, heading overseas. What's the kind of big picture?
I break the season up in quarters. 17 games now, but we got to find a way to be 4-0, 3-1, 500 every quarter. First quarter ends next Sunday, so let's find a way to be 3-1.
Fair enough. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.